The story begins with a boy named Nishikata sitting alone in his room watching something on his screen. Suddenly, his phone rings. The moment he answers, his expression changes and his face turns red with embarrassment. It's a call from his old friend Takagi, who now lives in France. She tells him she has completed her studies and is finally moving to the place she has always dreamed of. Nishikata congratulates her and wishes her well. After the call ends, he quietly looks at a 10-year-old photo from their middle school days. A soft smile appears on his face as he remembers the girl who never stopped teasing him. Back in middle school, Nishikata and Takagi were classmates. Nishikata was quiet and shy, which made him the perfect target for Takagi's teasing. What started as playful teasing slowly turned into a close friendship. Over time, Nishikata realized he had fallen in love with her. But after graduation, Takagi had to move to France with her parents. They were wealthy business owners who traveled frequently for work. That farewell left a deep emptiness inside Nishikata. He missed her teasing more than anything because it had filled his quiet life with warmth and happiness. Time passed. Now Nishikata works as a part-time teacher, earning very little. He often stays at school doing extra tasks like cleaning classrooms or helping the principal, Tanabe, with small errands. His life moves in a dull, repetitive routine. Then one day, he hears that Takagi has returned to Japan. Instantly, everything feels brighter. The trees along his path to work seem greener. His students' smiles feel more alive. Not long after, Principal Tanabe informs him that a new trainee art teacher will be joining for the next 3 months, and Nishikata must train her. He tries to refuse, but Tanabe insists. Frustrated, Nishikata starts cleaning the school to calm himself down. While cleaning, he notices someone walking down the hallway. It's Takagi, the same person who called him earlier. Shocked, Nishikata asks what she's doing there. Takagi explains that she has come to work at the school as a trainee teacher. That's when Nishikata realizes she's the new teacher Tanabe mentioned. Seeing his stunned expression, Takagi smiles and walks toward him. With every step she takes, Nishikata's heart beats faster. That same day after school, Takagi invites him to visit a place they used to go together long ago. Standing there, she quietly says that not much has changed over the years, not even Nishikata. She teases him again and asks if he still likes the same things he used to. Embarrassed, his face turns red. Takagi takes out a pair of headphones from her bag and gives him one side. The familiar song they used to listen to together begins to play. In silence, the music reconnects two hearts that were never truly apart. That evening, Nishikata attends a small party hosted by his friend Nakai, who is getting married soon. Takagi is there too, since she was also their middle school classmate. The night feels light and nostalgic, filled with old memories and laughter. Before leaving, Nakai reminds Nishikata about the wedding the next day. After the party, Nishikata and Takagi realize they're heading in the same direction, so they walk home together. The quiet road makes their conversation more personal. Suddenly, Takagi asks if Nishikata has ever been in love. Nervous and hesitant, he admits that he has. Takagi stops walking and says they will part ways at the next intersection. Before leaving, she tells him to close his eyes for a moment. The next morning, Takagi begins her first day as a trainee teacher. As instructed by Tanabe, Nishikata stays with her. From the very beginning, Takagi wins over the students. Her calm nature and warm smile quickly make her everyone's favorite. After school, Nishikata visits a student named Machida who has stopped attending school due to anxiety. He delivers study materials to help him keep up. Nishikata tells Takagi that he visits Machida regularly, expecting nothing in return. He does it simply out of responsibility and care. Moved by his dedication, Takagi suggests they visit the temple they used to go to as students. At the temple, Takagi opens up about her time in France. She admits that life there wasn't what she expected. She missed Japan, her friends, and especially the moments she once shared with Nishikata. Standing in the calm evening air, she smiles and says she's truly happy to relive those memories. Nishikata listens quietly, realizing how much she still means to him. For a moment, he imagines a future where they grow old together. The thought fills him with a surprising sense of peace. The next day, Nakai's wedding takes place. Nishikata attends with his old classmates, including Takagi. When the bride tosses her bouquet, Takagi catches it, and everyone cheers with excitement. Watching her, Nishikata drifts into his silent daydreams once again. He imagines marrying her someday, and the thought brings a gentle smile to his face. Just then, a friend nudges him and jokes that he's lost in his thoughts again. Later, when Nishikata gives Nakai his wedding gift, Nakai laughs and asks if he never gets tired of living alone. He says Takagi's feelings were always obvious and reminds him how much she used to tease him back in school. Nishikata shrugs and says it was all just jokes, but the confusion in his eyes says otherwise. Soon after, a small accident happens. Takagi's bouquet slips from her hands and falls into the swimming pool. Without thinking, Nishikata jumps in to retrieve it, shocking everyone around him. A moment later, Takagi jumps in too. His impulsive action moves her deeply. Soaked from head to toe, they climb out of the pool and, instead of feeling embarrassed, they burst into laughter. Takagi teases him for jumping in just to save her bouquet, and her laughter echoes across the poolside. Later, as they walk home together, the atmosphere feels quiet but comfortable. Their eyes meet from time to time, and each glance carries unspoken feelings. Breaking the silence, Takagi asks if Nishikata has a girlfriend. He admits he doesn't, and says he doesn't think that's likely to change. Curious, he asks her the same question. With a soft smile, Takagi tells him to guess. Nishikata assumes she must have had many admirers over the years. He's stunned when she reveals that she hasn't dated anyone in the past 10 years. Blushing, Nishikata gathers his courage and invites her to watch the fireworks with him. He says it might be simple, but he has always wanted to watch fireworks together with her. Takagi agrees, her smile warm and genuine. They continue walking side by side, quietly happy. A few days later, Takagi meets Machida at the harbor. He's sitting alone, painting the peaceful scenery in front of him. Remembering what Nishikata told her, she approaches him gently and starts a conversation. At first, Machida is hesitant, but the moment she mentions Nishikata, his face brightens. He talks about how kind and patient Nishikata has always been, how he never abandoned him even during difficult times. He remembers Nishikata once telling him that success isn't limited to school and, if painting makes him happy, he should keep doing it. Machida says those words are the reason he still paints today. That same week at school, Takagi notices a familiar face from afar, the girl who had been near the harbor. Her name is Ozaki. She approaches Nishikata and asks to speak with him privately. With a heavy voice, she confesses that she believes she is the reason Machida stopped coming to school. Some time ago, she confessed her feelings to him, and after that, he never returned. When she went to his house, he refused to meet her. Since then, she has blamed herself, believing she pushed him away. After listening carefully, Nishikata tells her to stop blaming herself. Life isn't always that simple. There could be many reasons why Machida stopped coming to school. If she truly feels responsible, the best thing she can do is meet him face to face and speak honestly from her heart. Meanwhile, Takagi takes Machida to a small temple on a hill near the school. She asks if he has ever been there before. He nods and says yes, but not by choice. As he paints the scenery around him, he slowly begins to open up. He admits he didn't leave school because of money. He left because he was afraid to face Ozaki. Her confession came so suddenly that he felt unworthy of her feelings. Takagi listens quietly, then gently tells him that someone's love is not a burden, it's a gift. Running away from those feelings only leads to regret. Encouraged by her words, Machida thanks her and decides he will return to school. Deep down, he realizes he never truly saw Ozaki's love as a burden. The truth is he has always liked her too. The next day, Machida returns to school with renewed confidence. He joins the choir with Ozaki and begins attending classes again. During break time, he asks to speak with her alone. Nervous, Ozaki apologizes and says she thought her confession was the reason he left. Machida immediately denies it. He says her feelings never felt like a burden. He just didn't know how to respond. He apologizes for running away from his emotions and finally admits that he likes her too. Watching everything from a distance, Nishikata feels quiet happiness and deep respect for both of them. Machida quickly shakes his head and says her confession never felt like a burden to him. He just didn't know how to respond. He apologizes for running away from his feelings and finally admits that he likes her too. Watching from a distance, seeing their courage reminds him of his own hesitation. Later, he asks Tanabe if someone should confess their feelings when they like someone. Tanabe answers without hesitation, yes, they should. Hiding emotions only leads to regret. Sometimes, the chance is lost forever. Hearing this, Nishikata begins to understand that love is not something to hide but something worth risking. That night, Nishikata waits for Takagi at the entrance of the fireworks festival. His heart is racing like it's his first real date. After a while, Takagi arrives, wearing a simple but beautiful kimono, her gentle smile glowing under the lights. For a moment, Nishikata just stands there, completely still. They walk through the festival together, surrounded by lights and laughter, as if time itself has slowed down. When the fireworks begin, Nishikata looks up at the sky and says they're beautiful. Then he looks at Takagi and says her smile is even more beautiful. He thanks her for always teasing him because those moments brought life and color to his quiet world. Without her, he might never have learned how to truly live. Before they part, he tells her that the day after tomorrow is her last day at schoolland wherever she goes. He hopes she finds happiness. Takagi looks at him with a soft smile, her eyes filled with quiet depth. The next day, Takagi says goodbye to her students and to Tanabe. The atmosphere is heavy with sadness. Seeing this, Nakai scolds Nishikata and tells him that if he stays silent now, he'll regret it for the rest of his life. As Takagi is leaving, Machida calls out to her. He tells her how much better his life became after confessing his feelings to Ozaki. Then he says something simple but honest. She and Nishikata should be together too. Hearing this, Takagi finally tells the truth. She says she has loved Nishikata for a very long time. 10 years is too long to keep feelings hidden. She explains that back in middle school, she hinted at it many times but Nishikata never understood. Machida smiles and says maybe her hints were just too subtle. This time, he tells her she should say it clearly so Nishikata can understand. Gathering her courage, Takagi goes to find Nishikata in the classroom. As soon as she steps inside, memories rush back. 10 years ago, they stood in this very place, laughing under the blue sky as if the world had paused just for them. She realizes how special his smile has always been to her. Breaking the silence, Nishikata asks if she wants to say something. When she hesitates, he speaks first. He tells her that her presence has filled the emptiness in his heart all these years. Her teasing, which once annoyed him, later became something precious. After she left, he tried everything to fill that emptiness but nothing worked. In the end, he realized his life only feels complete because of her. With a trembling voice but clear words, Nishikata finally confesses that he has loved her for the past 10 years. Takagi stays silent for a moment then, slowly reaches out her hand. She says love often feels complicated, but that confusion only comes when people are afraid to face it. Now that he has spoken his heart, she tells him she feels exactly the same. She too has loved him for 10 years. A few days later, Nishikata invites Takagi back to the school. Together, they enter the choir room where Ozaki and the other students are waiting. Ozaki apologizes for not being able to say goodbye properly before and explains that the song they're about to sing is a gift for Takagi's journey ahead. As the students begin singing, memories flood Nishikata and Takagi's minds. It's the same farewell song they heard years ago at their graduation. From their first meeting to Takagi's teasing to the painful day they separated, everything comes rushing back. It almost feels unbelievable that the love they kept hidden for so many years has grown this strong and real. Their love, pure and constant, has crossed both time and distance. In the end, it leads them to marriage. A promise never spoken in words finally becomes a lifelong bond. They know, without doubt, that their hearts belong to each other. Years pass, and their life together continues to grow. Nishikata and Takagi have a daughter who fills their home with laughter and joy. Nishikata leaves his teaching job and begins helping with Takagi's father's business. But no matter how much life changes, their bond remains the same. They never forget the place where their story began, where two hearts met and quietly became one forever. And with that, the movie comes to an end.